What are values?
Values are what's important to us. And while values are universal, they're also uniquely different from person to person. Now, you and I might have shared values, so clearly we're in conversation right now, so I think we probably both value in some way of, just like the joy of getting to know another person. And then there's going to be other values that we don't share. But yeah, values are what's important to us.
How do we develop values?
Well, a lot of our values are taught to us by our families, by our primary caregivers, by our communities, by the communities that we travel in, and as children, and then as we grow into adulthood. And for me, I believe that there's a critical point in one's life that, age doesn't mean anything in terms of adulthood. Adulthood is about taking responsibility for one's words and actions, but also then starting to understand it's like these are my values, and I may share them with my primary caregivers or like my family or my community, but they're mine, and taking ownership of one's values. And so we start to discover that by really really contemplating what fulfills us, what brings us joy, what feels good. I'm going to give an example here where one of my core values is like showing up for people that I care about and that I love. So when my dad was dying of cancer, I spent a significant amount of time with him, just flying back and forth from LA to Chicago and taking him to his treatments. And it was painful, but it was also deeply fulfilling because I was honoring this value of being there for my father. And so values aren't always associated with joy or happiness, but they are associated with fulfillment. And I would say that whenever you're feeling any type of dissonance, so if you're feeling grumpy, angry, sad, or if you're noticing something in your body, it probably means that a value is being stepped on, either by you, by somebody else, or by a situation. And we frequently step on our own values. And so back when I was working in corporate America, being honest, being truthful, being authentic is a core value of mine, but I had disconnected from that because I very much wanted to rise up the corporate ladder. And so I started to be someone that I wasn't, and I could feel the dissonance. But another core value of mine at the time was ambition. And it was really bumping against this authenticity and this honesty. And so I mention this because sometimes our values come into conflict with each other. And so in order for me to honor this value of ambition, I believed at the time that I had to be somebody that I wasn't, because I didn't think that who I was authentically could be that person that got promoted and who could succeed in those jobs.
Was it the realm of the ambition, or did you find ambition in other parts? Because it seems like you have an ambition for helping people, you're intuitive, and you enjoy that, and making content. You do your Substack, and you make a podcast of it.
Yeah, I think I start to look at it where I guess ambition for me today, I have my personal relationship with ambition is not a positive one because I stepped all over my values, and I again became somebody that I wasn't. So I think I've distanced myself from ambition because I find it's very achievement oriented as opposed to being like accomplishing something. So it's being like ambition for me is like externally motivated, and am I getting those atta girls versus, okay, what I'm doing today is no one needs, like most people don't know how I support and help my clients, A, because it's a confidential relationship, and B, it's not my information to share. And so if it was me 20 years ago, I would have been like, I got to tell everybody how I'm, helping these people. But today it's like I can just feel that internally in myself and then also in my relationship with my clients.